What's good, Wolfpack Gang? It's your girl Mikki checking in, guys. And today, we are starting part 3 of our Women's HERSTORY month, where we're going to be celebrating females who are entrepreneurs. And today we have with us Miss Akila, and I will turn it over to her so she can tell you about her and her business.
Hello, I'm Akila Jackson. I'm the owner of Treasure Chest LLC, which you may have seen across my various social media pages. Treasure Chest is a line of purses that I actually designed myself. So I've gone through the whole process from drawing it on the paper to actual production and getting these purses. And so now I'm just at the point of building this brand and getting my product out.
Okay. And so, when did you start? About?
So the Treasure Chest, like the concept of the business, have been something that have been played around with for years, because it's like the concept of it is bags that, you know, we go to the hair salon and get our hair done. We pay a couple $100s for hair extensions sometimes, and then we carry them in a plastic bag. Right. I'm like, come on now. It's got to be a better way when we loading up our bag, or even when you leave and you got the extra hair, you like just keep it. So just like, how can we do this like and still be cute? You know, how can I do this and stay, you know, I'm not saying that it's tacky, but I'm just saying, you know, make Black girls accustomed to luxury too. Right. Like we can have nice things. So it's a concept that's been floating around that I've been working on probably ever since I've been back in Vegas. So maybe like 2014 or 15. And it was not until 2020 during the pandemic that I really just was like pedal to the metal, right? Like when my job closed down, my official job, that kind of freed up some time. It was like, what do I do with this time? And that's when I just really got into doing the business in 2020.
Okay, but like you said, like you definitely want like to be still in fashion, because I know I'm guilty. I take my little beauty supply bag that it came in, I go get my hair done, combed and poked a hole through, and now my gel and fell out. So now I'm walking up in the place and I'm all like this. Yeah, so I mean, I definitely understand. And you know, you want to come out looking slay. You don't want to come out still carrying your plastic bag with all the holes in it, or got to ask your beautician for a bag, because that happens too. So, you know, I definitely understand. And then I was looking at your purses and I was like, you could do a lot with these. You don't just have to put your hair in them either. So I'm like, this is real nice here. So you talked a little bit
about...
So
that was one of the reasons why I wanted them to be fashionable too, right? Because you can use them for other things. What if you got a couple of errands that you're going to run before you go to your hair appointment? Or what if you got to go to work, or you going to the gym first? Then you got your bag packed, the bigger bag that I have, which at the end we can show, you know, you can put your leggings, your gym outfit in there, and then whatever you need to get back right after that. So it's definitely more than just a hair bag, but that was my concept. That's what's unique about it. It's like, that's something that is unique to my bag, because if you got a Michael Kors or Coach bag or whatever, those are nice, and I'm not trying to replace them, but you're really not trying to carry your bundles in there. You know what I'm saying? And also mine are satin. So all of the bags are satin on the inside, so that if you do choose to put your hair in there, it's protected. Because if you're going to sleep with a satin bonnet and you're going to sleep on a satin pillowcase, why are we not protecting this hair that we've invested in another product?
And that's true. You don't want to get the items all messed up in your bag. Now you're putting them in your head, and the hair is out. Now it's already messed up. But then you want to go home and lay on all this nice pillows and things that you done bought. Yeah, girl, I'm with you.
But you done bought it up. It's like, no.
Yeah, no, I'm with you here. So, like in Vegas, I know like networking is a big thing. Just really trying to get your brand out there, like you said, letting people know how you can find it. And I think networking is really big, because just think, me and you met at a pop-up event, which is a way to sell your product, but also network. So, I mean, how do you feel like Vegas is with networking as far as businesses?
I think that Vegas is great for networking, especially once you get on those social media platforms. You know, I have people who actually reach out like, hey, I'm having a pop-up, you know, are you interested in being involved in this pop-up? Or we're having like a brunch networking event, and, you know, do you want to come? Do you want to be a part of this? So it's just kind of like, once people, like even meeting you, you know, when something come up, you be like, oh, hey, I met Akila and she got her own line of purses. And so I think that that's really important, because I know people that's not from Vegas don't really realize it, but Vegas is really small. So you likely don't come across like the same group or networking of people, and that's one thing I really appreciated in this journey, is connecting with so many like-minded, ambitious women. That's been one of the best parts for me.
Okay. Yeah, and I know that you said that you have recently been going through like the trademarking and all that, and it's been a process. You said since 2020. So are there any like tips for people you may have? I know some people are like, oh, the process is too long, I'm never going to get through it, it's cost too much. Like, what would be some of your advice or tips you would give someone?
I would say, just like with anything, if there's a will, there's a way, that you can make it happen. So, of course, coming into this 2020 and the pandemic and me losing my mainstream job, because this is my life, this is my job now, but the job that they gave me corporate, it made me realize, like, okay, what do I do when they say, I can't work anymore? And, of course, that had an impact on my financial situation at home as well, with everything closed. So I would say, if you want to do it, what I did was a patent through the U.S. Patent Office. Educate yourself. Sometimes they say Google's not your best friend, but I learned so much just by looking up different questions and using different resources. I actually filed my patent myself. A lot of people would recommend that you get an attorney, which is probably great, but I couldn't afford that, right? But I still wanted that, and I still wanted to protect my product. So I started out with just like a temporary, it's called a provisional patent, and then because I'm what they consider a micro entity, it only cost me like $70 or $75 to get that initial protection, which people, they have their mindset like, oh, it costs too much, it's too expensive, that you never do the research to see like, hey, I can file this paperwork and say that I'm filing this myself and that I have a small business. And there's different things that the government offer as far as discounts and things like that to allow you to be able to do that. And so I would just say, make sure you don't let other people theater you like, oh, because I'm older too. I'm not 20, 21. I'm an older woman. So you'll be like, oh, it's too late for you to, start getting a patent and do whatever. But don't let that discourage you, or those side voices get in your head, and go for what you want, and it can be done. So I would say the main thing is just to stay focused and make goals. I'm going to do this by this point, because it gives you like a marker of where you are and where you're going. And that would be my advice, is just to not let somebody say something is too expensive or something, because who would think at 40-something I could start my own line of purses?
Right. And that's true. I mean, you do have to have a dream and actually work towards it. And I also feel like, kind of going on what you're saying, you have to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Because if you're around those people who are like, girl, that's too much, it's going to take you forever to file that, then you're going to get discouraged and you're not going to do it. So I think when you're really wanting to start a business, it's all about that networking and building up that circle. Being able to connect with people and have people you can say, okay, you just got your patent. How did you do that? How did you go about it? Not saying do it for me. Not saying that. Right. But, help me figure this out, So I think that's very, very good and very informational. So are there any other tips you may have for anybody out there, or...
Just that, use your resources. Don't let somebody else tell you what you can't do or what can't be accomplished. And then surrounding yourself with that right crowd, with that right group of people, because they're going to cheer you on every step of the way. Because first of all, being a Black woman business owner is not easy, right? Yes. It's not just at home and we're going to sell a couple of purses. It's all of the behind the scenes and everything that go into it. So that one day that you might comment good morning on my post or say something nice or motivational, that might be the day that I was like, you know what? But then I'm like, nah, I need to go ahead and do this. So just making sure you have those people that's going to push you when you don't have the push no more, that remind you that, hey, no, you're doing good. That's something great that you're doing, because that goes into your mental health, which is really important too. You have to make sure you take time for yourself in the journey. That way you remain fuel to take the long long haul in it.
That's true. That is so true. You really have to have that mental day where you like, okay, I separate myself from the business. Because running a business is a 24/7 thing. I mean, you get orders throughout the day. People don't care that it's 2 o'clock in the morning. They got a couple dollars and they want your product. And you're not going to be like, oh, okay, no. You're going to see what they want.
Right.
So I get
I want that email like this. It'd be 3 o'clock. My husband looking like, is this over?
Okay, this is an order. It's an order. It's an order. No, I definitely feel you. So I know something that some business owners may struggle with. I know I had some issues with this too. How do you maintain my price is my price? And understanding like not everybody is you're going to be your customer.
So it's funny you mentioned that, and I kind of learned that early on with the pop-ups. Like every pop-up ain't gonna be from me because it's not the clientele that I cater to. And there's always gonna be people who like, oh, that's too much, you know. But they have to think about, like you said, it's not a sometime job. It's 24/7. It's the time and effort and a lot of things that go into the back, even the packaging that we do, you know, all of those things cost. And so I have to stand on that so that I'm not taking a loss, right? Even if I break even, I don't want to come out short.
Right.
And that's how your business is going to grow. And you have to stand on your value, especially when you see some of the stuff that people releasing. And just because it say, you know, this big brand name on there, they going to go pay $500 or $600 for it. Even if they're not getting good customer service, or even if, you know, if they're not even going to use this just for the clout of it, you know.
Right.
So just making sure that you can still produce things that are of quality for them. And just so that when they get it, if you see my page, you see my reviews, they like, oh, it's, you know, the quality is good. So I just have to stand on that because I know that the quality is there, and that's how I'm going to grow, right? And if you're here to support me, then you just have to support me where I'm at, because I'm growing. And if you think my purses, or anybody, if your product too much for them right now, then they just not your client base. Because people who gonna buy the purses, they one tap to me like, oh hey, I just ordered my purse. It's not, and I don't mind y'all ask any questions, but you know how people like, oh, what's the price of this, or what's this, what's that? Then they don't do nothing with you. That took part of your time too. That's something that you don't get back, right? But you still want to offer that customer service to each and every person, because even though they might not buy today, 2-3 weeks from now,
when they have a couple
you
dollars,
that sale from a couple of weeks ago. So you just have to be patient with everyone, and you have to stand on your value.
That is so true. And even at like pop-up events, like sometimes we go to them and people don't even understand. We get frustrated too because we have to pay to go to those events. So it's like that's a cost. The time is a cost. You know, hauling all of our merchandise, that's another thing. And then, you know, we're there for multiple hours. And, you know, so I mean, it really is like, you know, my price is my price. It's not like you don't go to Amazon and be like, oh, it's $50. Can I just give you $25 and we call it even? Like, you can't do that. So it's like, you know, don't necessarily come to me thinking it's gonna happen too. So yes, I definitely think those are some great points. I could not agree with you more on those. So before we wrap this up, I would really love for you to let everyone know where they can purchase your items at, if you're on any social media platforms, and we would love to see some of these bags here.
Yes, of course. So you can find the bags on Amazon. You can also, all of my social media, so Facebook, Instagram, Treasure Chest LLC, and it's treasure like TRESS, like tresses, like your hair. It's like a play on words. So Treasure Chest LLC, that's the same on Instagram, on Facebook. I have the link to shop to buy there. And then also I have a website. It's tressurechestllc.com. The purses are there now. They're actually on sale right now. I had ran a sale through Valentine's Day that I kind of just let run on through President's Day, and I had a uptick in following on like TikTok crazy. So I'm like, let me let y'all get in on my sale. So my website or any of my social media, the link is in the bio. And if you want to follow me on TikTok, it's Akila_Jackson, and Akila is AKILA. And I welcome all new followers. I do a mix of promoting on my TikTok and then just being silly, trying to acclimate to the social media. And I do have my purses here. So all of the purses are leather If you see my videos, I got everything in here. Got to be glued. But you'll see the insides are completely satin on the inside of this one. And then it just has the enclosure to hold in all of your items. And then on the front, it actually does have this space right here where it has like credit card and a cell phone slots for you. And then another style that I have, and these are available currently on the website, and I have, this one is also kind of like a crossbody purse.
Yeah, that's my favorite color.
So this one is like a crossbody, but this one is pretty unique, and then I'll show y'all real quick while we on here just how easy it is, because this one is not only a crossbody, because sometimes people like to switch it up, right? So this purse actually switches up from a crossbody to a backpack.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like that. Yes.
So this one switches up. And then my latest design that they finished the sample, because, you know, when you do, I don't know if you know, when you design the purse, you do all of that, then it goes to manufacturing, they make you a sample. And then this is my latest design, which is like the tote style one, which currently seems to be a favorite. So I'm ready to get these in stock. They have so much more space inside of this bigger one. So this is the one that I said, like, you can take it to the gym. Got your brush, mirror,
okay.
pretty much everything. Flat irons, like all of this in a bag. That not that the bag isn't nice, but it's not. You're not damaging your Louis bag. Like you said, you're not gonna waste gel inside your Louis bag. Hopefully, you don't waste gel in my bag either.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I'm saying. But they're nice, and that's what they're needed for. So see, I got my got to be glued. And you see it's completely satin on the inside too.
And I like how they're fashionable too. So it's not just like, you know, a random just bag you put your hair in. They're fashionable. Like you can actually wear that with a nice little outfit and be set for the day. Don't nobody gotta know what's all in there.
I got a cousin who ain't got no hair, and she just carry her purse like a purse, but she my advertising, so you know I love it that you know she carried and she just put her stuff in there and she just go. The backpacks, you can really carry them with whatever. So just like a regular backpack is for books, right? But I'm pretty sure you've put something other than books in a backpack.
Girl, I got purses that became full-blown diaper bags when I needed so.
Right. So feel free to carry what you like in it. But just know that it does have that unique satin feature, which also allows you to use it in a different capacity. Great for like lash techs or traveling stylists or people who sell hair, because you also coming off presentable too when you show up for those things.
Right. Well, I definitely appreciate you coming along here and letting us know about your great product and letting us know where we can find it and just really talking to us and giving us all this advice, because some people can't start a business because they don't know the advice, or it's not coming from someone who may look like them, so they're nervous that someone like them can't do it. So I really appreciate your time today. And before we wrap this up, is there anything else you'd like to say?
I would like to say that I appreciate you for even considering me or thinking of me for the opportunity. So that goes back to everybody who watching is just, you know, you never know who you're going to meet, or you never know who's watching you. And even when they not saying nothing, they watching you.
That'd be when they really be watching.
So just keep that in mind.
So guys, I will make sure all the links for Akila's social media and her website are in the description box down below. So make sure you guys check her out and show that love and support. And I will check you guys on the next one. Peace.